Cool. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, so I just asked if you were vegan or not.
That's absolutely fine, but we sit in different places in terms of what I consider a sentient being, I guess. I'm 100% for animal welfare, but I think it's just more understanding how everyone could be vegan in the world without cows or chickens or domesticated animals not eventually just dying out, because they are dependent on humans now. They've been bred to be dependent. So I'd just be quite interested to know how, if over the next 10 years the whole world was vegan, what would happen to those domesticated animals?
Yeah, Herb, you want to take this one?
I didn't hear the first part of what you said, but I can just respond to the second part. What would happen to domesticated animals if the world went vegan? Well, we would stop breeding them into existence. They wouldn't be bred by the billions, so their numbers would slowly dwindle. And yeah, eventually they would just go extinct, ideally.
Well, is that not a double negative to what you don't want people to eat them and be living forever, I guess, domesticated. You'd rather they were extinct.
Yeah, like if the options are they're here and they are exploited during their existence, or they just don't exist, I think they would have preferred to not exist.
Well, I mean, they're cows. I mean, they are clever creatures, but they are dependent on humans. It's a case of there are billions of cows on the earth, so they would go extinct. And that just seems like a contradictory view.
Yeah, what's the contradiction?
That you would rather cows were extinct than people eat them.
Well, that's not a contradiction.
Oh, sorry, if I speak about dairy cows specifically then, and if I use organic dairy cows, for example, that live, some really high levels of animal welfare, and it would be a completely different world if they weren't within that environment.
Well, let me try to understand what you're saying. You're saying there's a contradiction on my view. Presumably that would be me affirming a proposition and also its negation. So what is the proposition that I'm affirming?
I'm saying you morally object to people eating cows, but you are happy for them to go extinct if everyone became vegan.
Can you repeat that one more time?
I was saying that you're morally against people eating cows, but you're happy for them to go extinct should everyone on Earth become vegan.
Sorry, was that supposed to be the contradiction?
Well, it is, because it's the same. I don't understand why it's not a contradiction. You'd rather it died out.
Well, formally, a contradiction is just going to be a proposition and its negation, right? You're offering two separate propositions.
Do you not think that cows in some settings of high welfare actually live a good life?
So are we just dropping the contradiction thing?
No, I've given my point, and I feel it is a contradiction.
Right, but formally speaking, a contradiction would be a proposition and its negation. And I'm failing to see the proposition and its negation.
Well, do you understand what I'm saying in terms of what you want and how I lead my life at the moment? Surely, regardless of picking up a thesaurus, you know what I'm trying to say, surely.
No, I sincerely don't. If you're trying to say that my view holds a contradiction, I'm very confused at what you're saying, because I don't see the contradiction.
Okay. I don't know what to say. What do you want me to, I can, do you want to read? Give me what your view of a contradiction is then.
Yeah, it's just going to be a proposition and its negation, affirming both.
But, I'm claiming I'm claiming to care about animal welfare. And I'm trying to understand why you'd want the whole cow breed to just die out. I don't understand that. But you wouldn't be morally object to people eating it.
So I'm against the exploitation of sentient beings that's compatible with them going extinct. So that's not a contradiction.
But do you think it's even... So you know that they're dependent and so they couldn't actually live independently?
Are you just asking if they're domesticated?
No, I'm just saying you truly believe that they would die out if everyone became vegan.
Well, ideally,
Yeah.
I can't like make any guarantees that the species will in fact go extinct, but that's just like.
But it's not just cows, of course, that are domesticated. You've got, billions of other animals that would eventually just be extinct. Surely it's hard to say what knock-on effect that would have.
Well, we're talking about the domesticated animals, so currently they're not exactly ecological contributors.
There's far worse things.